Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. One other tutorial about hand posing. This time I wanted to do hand posing for male and female. I use a bunch of picture and sketch, anything that I find remotely appealing. I want to just study with you again what does make a really nice and appealing pose. All right, guys. The very first things I want to do, guys, is definitely work on the angle of the hands before you started to do anything else, right? And I want to make sure that we can see here this bottom part here of the hands, and I want to make sure now that the finger are bent in a way that you see create this kind of diagonal angle because it's very appealing, right? So first of all, I'm gonna just bend this this finger here, right? And it's okay also to go here, right? And one of the things I want to make sure this finger here, it gets closer to this one, okay? And then I'm gonna start to adjust the other finger here until we are getting the kind of diagonal effect that we want, okay? Another thing is I create this controller here in order to seamlessly bend those bones here, all right? And so sometimes this one is a little bit of translation as well. Okay. And finally this one here too. Okay. And sometimes you do not want all the time to bend again regularly all the finger, right? Sometimes you want to have a little bit more of this kind of line of action here. Okay, you want to reduce the bend here because at the end of the day, what is very important is the again, it's this line that's being created. Okay, so maybe this one wants to say a little bit more here. Okay, and if it's possible, what I wanted to do also, I wanted to group a little bit the finger and right, something like this. All right, again, I have to be careful of how to use this one here. All right, and maybe also this for all together and kind of, describing it and breaking them like this, right? And again, I'm trying really to group the finger as much as possible. Here, okay. And maybe this one a little bit more here. Okay, then I'm gonna adjust here. And other things you notice here, how the finger here it's been pushed. I'm not sure it's gonna be possible to make it as visible as they have it here because I think we can still do it. We can achieve something like that. Okay, I understand obviously this is more of a stylized hand poses, right? Sometimes you want to do something, want to craft a little bit and bend a little bit the rule as long as still looks kind of appealing. Okay. Adjust a little bit the angle here. See how much time I spent, guys, in order to make those finger appealing. And again, one more time, is also good once you have done this to explore maybe a little bit more, a little bit here. What happened that if you adjust the hand poses a little bit more like this, right? Always try to explore a little bit more, right? See what happens if you push this one really hard, if you tilt this one a little bit more, right, to try to match it. Okay, then maybe you realize, you know what, this one needs to be a little bit forward, or maybe just the overall hand position needs to be a little bit more forward. All right, same stuff here, guys. First of all, I want to try to adjust the angle here, and obviously I'm cheating here with the body position only to get the angle that I want. This tutorial is solely focused on hands, so ignore how I'm posing the rest of the character. That's not the purpose of this. All right, so but I want to refine a little bit better here this angle, so I can have something like this and then this one. Okay, and so first again I want to see if I can get a little bit of better of arc, in the sense that you see this finger is slightly behind. Okay, so I can create a little bit of the nice arc. All right, now what I can do here, I can bend this one. Okay, keep it kind of straight, and these two fingers, you know, group them together. Okay, I think it's nice when fingers are being grouped, and I like how this one is kind of gets pushed outside. Okay, see also this, some of the fingers tend to look very maybe a bit too big, I would say. Look like she has gigantic finger. Okay, and sometimes I like to uh, adjust things to see if we can make them a little bit more feminine. Okay, see this one tend to look a little bit too small. You see, as soon as we started to scale stuff, uh, the hands started looking immediately a little bit more feminine. Okay, and again, there are sometimes things you can cheat here and try a little bit more. Okay, I want to have these two fingers quite close. Maybe here it can be a little bit here. Okay, a little bit of reverse here. Don't know if this one could be cuter, even slightly like this. Okay, so this is not a typical hand pose you could have, but there are sometimes moments where you want to have this kind of stuff. Okay, okay, so sometimes it looks very feminine when it's kind of straight, it depends just this angle overall here. All right, now we want to try another one here. Again, you see like it looks very flat, the hand. So again, first thing first we want to do is bend this one here and starting maybe to scale down so the finger are a little bit shorter. Okay, and we start with this one, go back in here. Okay, we go back here, see how they're all grouped together, and this one is it needs to be bended here, right? So we want to again here point it down. Right, this one kind of bend in this position, and same stuff here, right? Okay, and you see sometimes you don't really need always to move much your your poses, right? Your finger, you don't always need to overdo it, right? Sometimes could be just few things enough to get the shape that you're looking for, right? See here, maybe a little bit less, right? Obviously, we don't have the bone stuff like that. It kind make it this really nice, but I think here is the limitation, unfortunately, with the rig. So we need to be able to use whatever we have. Same stuff over here, guys. So one more time, gonna repeat here. Maybe I'm realizing I'm pushing this a little bit too close. Right? You see again how this is bent in this direction. Okay, so it's important that I do this. And first of all, let me start just to bend those fingers, because the main shape comes from those fingers being bent down. Okay, I think maybe this could be a little bit too much. Okay, you see, like the angle here is flat, here is more diagonal. So I'm trying to do something like this, right? Okay, and what I'm trying to do here is to yeah, kind of get into that. Okay, so I'm trying to get this one here, and same stuff here. To big the finger. Okay, okay, something like this. And this one here, it opens up a little bit. Okay, and this one, boom, it could actually push it. See, as soon as I do this, I'll also create a nice angle here, right? See, I'm also trying here to still see if I want to really group, how I want to group them more. See, it could be actually even very interesting if I do something like this. Maybe these two, I group them more. See, it could be an interesting variation with the pinky slightly tilted. All right. Again, first thing first, guys, you want to have the hand in the same position here, right? And you'll notice that very first things, this one is quite straight, so we can start with this one, right? We can do pushing it here. Those other three here, boom, going in like this, and obviously they're gonna come down because they are bending this way. Look how this one gets bent in this direction, right? This is quite difficult poses. It sounds like an easy one, but it's not, and I think it also has to do because we need to adjust the position of the hand. Okay, so you want to make sure like your hand is in this kind of, see, you want to get a little bit closer. But I think if you're trying to do a pose like martial art or stuff like that, this could be quite interesting. Okay. Now this one, I like how we can see the finger on the other side. Okay, and sometimes you need to, you know, push it like this. Maybe if we, if you're allowed to cheat, depending on the project, again, depending on what you're doing, you can cheat if you are locked to camera. Okay, I always recommend not to do it. But again, sometimes if you really want to get the perfect poses, the perfect design, and you cannot get it normally with the rig, the only other option you have there, if you're allowed to cheat on camera, because again, that's the very first things you want to understand. Okay, I think this is the closest I can get in here. Right. Again, sometimes I like, as I told you many times, guys, explore a little bit more with the angle, all right, to see what we can get, right, to see if we can push a little bit closer, stuff like this, all right, maybe a little bit down here, and then a little bit more here, right, without over exaggerating too much. Okay, but I see like how this nice angle flows really, really nicely. Okay, maybe this one feels a little bit too long, for example. Like that finger looks extremely the longest, start to look weird, right? And that one here, again, you want to have it to be a little bit shorter. Okay, and this one here, yeah, something like that. Okay,